The film 2001: A Space Odyssey transcends mere entertainment, being a deep dive into fascinating scientific concepts. HAL 9000's artificial intelligence, with its ability to learn and make decisions, raises ethical and philosophical questions about machine consciousness and control, a topic of growing relevance in our world. Interstellar travel, although fictional, is supported by the theory of wormholes, hypothetical tunnels in spacetime that would allow cosmic shortcuts, an idea that challenges our understanding of physics. The creation of artificial gravity on the Discovery spacecraft through centrifugal force, a concept well grounded in physics, shows how we might adapt to long space travel. Astronaut hibernation, an active field of research, opens up the possibility of preserving life during extended interstellar voyages. The exploration of Jupiter and its moons, albeit in the context of the film, is in search of evidence of extraterrestrial life, a scientific goal that continues to drive space exploration. The mysterious monolith, a catalyst for human evolution, raises questions about the origin of life and the possibility of extraterrestrial intervention in our development. The transformation of the astronaut at the end of the film suggests an evolution beyond the human condition, an idea that resonates with the search for transcendence and the exploration of the limits of consciousness. In short, 2001 is a masterpiece that invites us to reflect on the wonders and mysteries of the universe, inspired by the science of its time and projected towards the future of space exploration and the understanding of existence. In the lush world of Pandora, bioluminescence is no mere visual whim, but a real manifestation of nature, a fascinating biological process where chemical energy is transmuted into light, similar to the fireflies that illuminate our terrestrial forests, but on a much larger scale and with astonishing diversity. The imposing floating mountains, although they seem straight out of a dream, find their root in the scientific concept of superconductivity and magnetic levitation, imagining rocks rich in a hypothetical mineral with unique properties that interact with the planet's magnetic field, challenging our current understanding of physics. The neural connection between the Gnostics and the flora and fauna of Pandora, through their braids, evokes the idea of a planetary neural network, a biological communication system reminiscent of the mycelial networks of fungi on Earth, but extended to an entire ecosystem, suggesting a form of collective consciousness at a planetary level. The Tree of Souls, with its ability to store memories and transmit knowledge, leads us to speculate on the possibility of a collective memory at a biological level, similar to theories about the collective unconscious, or individual experiences intertwined with that of other beings. And finally, the concept of consciousness transfer, allowing humans to control Gnostics' avatars, raises the possibility of brain-machine interfaces, an active field of research in neuroscience today, albeit with significant ethical and technological challenges, opening up a debate about the nature of identity and consciousness. Furthermore, Pandora's carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere reminds us of the importance of atmospheric composition and the habitability of a planet, and how life can adapt to extreme conditions, although it also warns us of the dangers of climate change on our own world. Pandora's flora and fauna, with their diversity and adaptation, show us the capacity of life to evolve and diversify in conditions very different from those we know, reminding us that the universe is a place full of possibilities and surprises. The film, as a whole, is an invitation to explore the limits of science and imagination, and to reflect on our relationship with nature and technology. In the vast and fascinating universe of Star Wars, the idea of hypervelocity, the ability to travel faster than light, is a central element that sparks our imagination and makes us dream of interstellar exploration. Although we have not yet achieved such a thing in reality, science presents us with the possibility of deforming spacetime, an idea that Einstein's theory of relativity explores in depth. It is as if we could bend the fabric of the universe to create shortcuts in shortened distances that seem impossible. Then, we find desert planets like Tatooine, which remind us of our neighbor Mars, an arid world where wind and solar radiation have sculpted impressive landscapes, and where the fight for survival is a constant. And then there are jungle worlds like Endor, which evoke the lushness of Earth, with its incredible biodiversity and complex ecosystems, where life flourishes in every corner. The Death Star, that gigantic moon-shaped space station, makes us think of the megastructures that engineering could build in the future, although its destructive power is a clear example of how technology can be used for evil, and makes us reflect on the responsibility that comes with scientific progress. Lightsabers, those elegant energy weapons, lead us to reflect on plasmas, the fourth state of matter, where electrons separate from atoms. Although its confinement in a leaf remains a mystery, the idea of manipulating energy in this way is fascinating and makes us wonder about the limits of technology and the possibility of controlling such powerful forces. The Force, that mystical energy that connects all living beings, reminds us of the fundamental interactions that govern the universe, such as gravity or electromagnetism, although its spiritual nature and its ability to influence reality are far from conventional science, inviting us to explore the relationship between the physical and the metaphysical. Droids, from the astromech Eridos Tidos to the protocolary CE Trace PEO, show us how robotics could emulate biology with its movements, functions, and even personality, and make us think about the future of artificial intelligence and the possibility of creating machines that are capable of learning and feeling. Asteroid fields, like the one the Millennium Falcon is passing through, remind us of the abundance of space rocks in our solar system, a chaotic and dangerous place where gravity and collisions are the rules of the game, and where space navigation requires great skill and precision. Spaceships, with their propulsion engines, make us dream of the possibility of traveling across the galaxy, even though current technology does not yet allow us to reach those speeds and distances, and poses the challenge of finding new forms of propulsion that will allow us to overcome current limitations. Cloning, a recurring theme in the saga, raises ethical and scientific questions about genetic manipulation and how the creation of identical beings could affect society, and invites us to reflect on identity and individuality. Cryogenics, seen in some characters, makes us think about the possibility of preserving life at low temperatures, a field of research that could have applications in the future, and raises the possibility of overcoming death through science. Time travel, though subtle and sometimes only hinted at, reminds us of the complexity of temporal physics and the paradoxes that could arise if we alter the past, and invites us to reflect on the nature of time and causality. And finally, journeys through the galaxy invite us to reflect on the vastness of the cosmos and the possibility of life on other worlds, while black holes, those cosmic monsters that swallow everything, remind us of the mysteries of space and extreme gravity, and raise questions about the origin and fate of the universe. Energy shields, common on ships, make us think of the possibility of creating force fields to protect us from radiation and asteroid impacts, a concept that science fiction has explored in depth, and that could have applications in the protection of the Earth. Now, it's important to remember that Star Wars is, first and foremost, a work of fiction. The explosions and sounds in space, so spectacular in the movies, are unrealistic. In the vacuum of space, sound doesn't travel, and explosions wouldn't be as visually striking as they are on screen. These effects are more about spectacle and emotion than scientific rigor, but they are still part of the magic of Star Wars. In short, Star Wars presents us with a universe where science and fantasy intertwine, inviting us to reflect on the limits of technology and the potential of humanity, as we immerse ourselves in an epic adventure that transcends time and space, and raises questions about our place in the universe.